What's up, everybody? My name is Mr. Grumbly, and today I want to share with you the first steps I took to understanding the stock market and options trading. Afterwards, I want to share with you the channels and other YouTubers that I found helpful along my first steps of the journey, and hopefully they'll help you out too. So I'm going to actually switch camera positions. We're going to go down to the floor, and I'm going to get into it for you guys. So go check it out. So before we get into everything, I want to go through and give you guys a disclaimer. I am by no means a professional trader at all. I have little to no experience. I do not suggest getting into trading. All this is at your own risk. Right now, I just want to go through and share some factual information that I've learned throughout my learning process. So, here's the facts. When it comes to options trading, you can options trade in one of two ways, which is actually four ways that you'll see kind of here in a second. If you're buying a call, you expect the market to go up. If you're buying a put, you expect the market to go down. Opposite of buying options, you can also sell options, which means if you're selling a call, you anticipate the market going down, and if you're selling a put, you anticipate the market going up. Each variation of strategy that I'll mention here in a few also work in that same way. You can either buy or sell, and depending on what is involved in the strategy itself will define what kind of risk you're taking whenever you go into an options trade. Other than that, the only other thing to mention, if you don't already know, is a bull market is a market that is going up, and a bear market is a market that is going down. You learned some. Behind me, I have a list of different types of ways that you can trade. First, you can go through and you can either buy and sell stocks themselves, buy the shares outright, and they're yours to hold and keep and snuggle with tonight or do whatever. The one that I've gotten into the most and studied the most is options trading. Options trading is extremely popular because it offers a trader the opportunity to use leverage in order to move or hold a larger quantity of stock in the chance of gaining a greater profit. Pretty sure I'm explaining that right. I hope so. Sure, I'm gonna get from forex trading. Forex trading is similar to options trading, but you are trading currencies against each other. It's kind of difficult to explain because I don't necessarily understand it 100% myself. Like I said, I'm still extremely noob at a lot of this. I know when you're trading Forex, you're usually trading a currency against another currency. You'd be trading like the British pound against the US dollar. From there, I don't know exactly what incurs when you're taking those trades, so I don't want to try to go in depth and fully make a fool of myself. It's okay, I suppose. Better my mistakes than yours, right? Last one we got down here is futures trading, which is commodities trading. That happens through a facility, I want to say back east, maybe in Chicago. Again, maybe putting my foot in my mouth and not really sure what I'm talking about to be specific, but I do know futures trading takes place in a place called ICE, which is an acronym for something, and I don't know what it is. Again, I'll reiterate the point that I have been focusing and studying options trading more than anything else, but I do know at least what they are to some degree. Again, moving on. On top of the different stuff that you can do in the stock market, trading options, trading Forex, day trading, that's one that I didn't really put on the list because it kind of encompasses everything. You can day trade options, you can day trade shares, you can day trade Forex, and you can day trade futures, I'm pretty sure too. So day trading kind of goes everywhere. And in the stock market, there are 11 industries total. Over here we got energy, materials, industrials, consumer discretionary, consumer staples, healthcare, financial, information technology, communication services, utilities, and real estate. Each of those markets move a little bit differently depending on the time of year. I know some of that stuff is seasonal. Some of it comes and goes with earnings. And just a quick note on why I'm going through some of this stuff so fast. I want to go through and introduce you to as many terms about the stock market as possible. That way you have an idea of how in depth you need to go as a new trader or somebody who's interested in trading in any shape, way, or form. So far we've talked about the basics of calls and puts, markets going up, going down. We also talked about the different markets that there are: NASDAQ, Russell, Dow Jones. We went through and talked about the different types of trading that you can do. So now I want to get into the strategies that you can utilize whenever you're in options trading. One of the most common ones is to buy a call and to sell a put, or to buy a put and to sell a call. You do those at different strike prices on the same expiration date. You've got what people call a vertical spread. Depending on your direction and what kind of outcome you want from it, gives the vertical spread a specific name. Like you could do a bull call spread, signifying that you are thinking the market is going to go up, but you want to limit your risk. Usually if you just buy a call outright, then you lose a lot of the options price if the underlying stock does not rise as fast as you would like it to. And depending on what the market makers are pricing in for the options, will keep you from making money if it doesn't rise up fast enough. In order to try to limit your risk and to try to increase the potential for making a profit, you can utilize these spreads for different results. Now, when you're using spreads or any of these strategies in the stock market, especially when it comes to options trading, it is always extremely risky. And like I said before, I'm not a professional. I don't have any professional advice. You should not listen to me in any way, shape, or form as far as options trading or any type of trading strategy or advice goes. One, I just don't know. I wouldn't put myself in that position. And for number A, or on top of that, is highly illegal. So I don't have a business license or anything for any of that stuff, so don't listen to me. That being said, a lot of these different types of strategies take a while to figure out how to utilize in certain situations, especially depending on what market you're watching and what kind of outcome you want. Moving down the line, we've got iron condors. Iron condors are actually just a combination of vertical spreads usually opposing each other to try to bracket in your price and where you want the market to be when you want to collect your profit. So, or where you expect the market to go while kind of holding positions on both sides. It's actually really interesting. Moving down the line, straddles and strangles are usually used in markets that are very wild. They move a lot, they've got a lot of volatility, they spike up and down really fast, and that gives you the potential or the opportunity to collect a profit when the market moves in your favor. Moving down the line again, butterflies, broken wing butterflies, those are very similar to iron condors. They kind of bracket everything in, but on a graph, if you look at them, they kind of create a butterfly. Kind of. Broken wing butterflies and butterflies are a little more specific than iron condors. They will kind of come to a point and kind of zero in on one target price to take the profit from. Moving down the line, calendar and backspread strategies usually work for a longer term strategy when it comes to trying to pull profits from the stock market. Because I know it takes place in usually 1 month and extends out into the next month. So depending on how far out of the expiration you want, dictates on where you place your trades. Haven't messed with too many of those, so I don't know exactly a lot about how they work. But I have done one or two on my paper trading account just to see what kind of outcome there was. Off the top of my head, I don't remember, but it's enough that I'm definitely gonna go back through and try more. Down here at the bottom, we got diagonals and a strategy called the Jade Lizard. Those ones I am probably the least familiar with. I do have notes written down on them, but I don't understand them very well. I need to go back through and watch some more videos on YouTube and that kind of thing and see if I can understand the premise of the strategies and what you're trying to accomplish and how. Now, when it comes to option strategies, the list I have behind me are very basic. That's weird to say because I consider the calls and puts by themselves, it's just very basic. But this type of stuff, majority of the traders out there know by heart. I mean, they don't have to look at little cheat sheets to be able to know what kind of strategy they want to use when studying this particular market. The point of my video is not to give you any specific details on how these strategies work. So I'm kind of giving you a little tidbits here and there. What I want to be able to do with this video is give you just, like I said, a kind of brief, big picture of how the market works and how options trading works. And that kind of leads me into paper trading. You can go through and create an account on Thinkorswim and actually go through and create a cash account with Thinkorswim. You don't have to put any money into it. You just keep the account empty. What that'll do is that'll give you the ability to not only paper trade, but you can paper trade with what's called real-time quotes. In other words, you will get up-to-date information, minute to minute, second to second updates from the stock market. If you don't go through and create a cash account, it will limit you by delaying the information by 20 minutes. So go through, create the cash account. You don't have to put any money into it. Just go through, create the cash account, and then you can open up a paper trading account at the same time. And that'll give you a place that you can go and practice these strategies as you learn and you grow and you kind of teach yourself and discover what kind of trader you are. I think we're coming close to the end of the video. I've given you guys a lot of basic information. I've given you guys a lot of terms that you can definitely go through and look up on your own time. A lot of this stuff is going to take a lot of alone time studying and looking up and seeing how things work, how the different strategies work, how the different options work. And that's just the basics. After that, you're going to end up having to pick a platform to trade on, and then you're going to have to study that for a while and see how the graphs work, see how you want to set up your indicators, if you want to use any indicators. Some people don't use indicators. Some people love indicators. But you're going to have a lot of different opportunities and a lot of different options and choices on how you want to keep track of the trades and the graphs and the stocks that you're interested in. I mean, whether they just be Forex or just regular stocks like Apple or Microsoft or even Ford. So here's that sweet extra content at the end of the video. A good place to go through and start looking up terms to get the exact definition is a website called Investopedia. And I'll be sure to put the link down in the description. That way you guys can get to it and be able to see some of the stuff yourself if you're not already familiar with it. Another good website is StockTwits. Is a place you can go. They've got an earnings calendar there that you can see what companies are coming into earnings during earnings season. They've also got graphs and charts and fundamentals and business details about each company. So depending on what you're interested in, how you trade, if you're more into long-term shareholding, then you're usually in it for the dividends, which means you want to make sure that you've got decent money invested into a dividend stock. You want to make sure your portfolio is broadened out to where you don't get smashed all at once if the market tries to crash, kind of like how it did here in February. I'm glad I didn't have any money in the market at the time because I'm sure I would have lost all. I was still pretty inexperienced at the time, so I know there's been a lot of profits made here recently in the stock market because of what's been going on, but I haven't figured it out yet. Fingers. Other than that, another good website to check out is one called Finviz, Finviz, Finviz. They're one kind of like StockTwits where you can go and look up the graphs on particular stocks. On Finviz, they have a screener, which is a way to search for stocks that meet a particular requirement that you're looking for. If you have a particular strategy that you're trying to set up, this stuff gets just as complicated as you want it. It's really crazy. It is insane how complicated this stuff gets, or how easy it can be for some people. I don't understand, and I would like to, and I'm trying, and we're gonna get there. And last but not least, I want to give you guys a list of different YouTube channels that you can go through and check out. Their playlists are excellent. They have taught me a lot. Trading Fraternity. Another thing about Trading Fraternity, he has a second channel called Stock Market Live. He goes live 30 minutes before opening, and he is live all day long. He's always asking everybody to come by and hang out, be respectful, which I totally understand and I totally respect. So go by, check his channel out. Trading Fraternity, Stock Market Live. Another one that I really like to watch is a lovely young lady who lives up in Canada. Her name is the Humbled Trader. She's real fun. She's extremely funny. You got to go check her out. She does a lot of day trading and that kind of thing. Another one to check out is Zip Trader. The gentleman that runs that channel is a guy named Charlie, and he also has some very helpful advice. He goes through and day trades and swing trades, so he focuses on, I think, shares and options, both. I could be wrong, but anyways, he's got some very helpful videos over there if you want to check them out. The two channels that I started out on was Project Option and Option Alpha. Project Option and Option Alpha. Those two channels have a lot of very helpful advice. They give you a lot of visual representation on how the different strategies work, and they give some very definite explanation on what to do. And they've got a huge list of videos to go through, so get on over there and check them out, and they'll definitely learn a lot over there. Another two guys to go check out would be Graham Stephan and Andre Gik. Hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Both very smart gentlemen. Graham has made a lot of his fortune through real estate. He does a lot of dividend type investing. So he doesn't really mess with options. He just usually buys and holds shares for long term. And then there's Andre Gik, and he is a dividend investor as well. He also has some great magic tricks. And that's about it for my list. I'm not trying to keep anybody out of the list because there's tons of different people out there who have different channels and have been trading and offering videos and advice to people in the stock market area for a number of years now. So if you're new to trading or you're new to stocks and options, hey, check out this list of YouTube channels. I'll be sure to put them all down in the description, and that'll kind of get you started and get you pointed in the right direction as far as getting educated in the stock market and where to go. So, till next time, my name's Mr. Grumbly. We'll see you later. Bye.